We have a love for the community.
The 7th shooting in the last month in North Sarasota, how law enforcement is working to get to the bottom of the issue. And many nursing homes are not in compliance with the new statewide generator rule. We'll take a look at how local facilities are preparing as hurricane season begins. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC7 News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for being with us tonight. Scott Dennis has the evening off. Our top story tonight, ABC7 is checking to see if local assisted living facilities are complying with a new state law that went into effect after the deaths of a dozen Hollywood nursing home residents following Hurricane Irma. As of 3 days ago, those facilities are required to have a backup generator in case the power does go out. ABC7's Dwayne Lindo tells us which ones made the deadline and the penalty for those that didn't.
The generator system at Bayview Assisted Living Facility in Bradenton was already in place before Hurricane Irma hit, but facility management still works tirelessly to make sure they meet the state mandate.
No matter how prepared you think you are for a hurricane or a disaster, there are always lessons that you learn from it and things that you can do better or differently.
David Anthony is the administrator at the facility. They were forced to evacuate before the storm hit.
We contacted every single family, every single responsible party to let them know where we were going, what we were doing, how you could reach us. We gave out personal cell phone numbers.
While Bayview is compliant, the Agency for Healthcare Administration says many facilities in the state didn't meet the June 1st deadline to install generators to keep the lights on when power goes out. Facilities that aren't in compliance could face fines up to $1,000 a day. Serenity Gardens Administrator Roberta Jackson says the fines would have been crippling, so she installed a generator earlier this year.
I had to get a big generator because I have 3 buildings, and it cost me $79,000 out of pocket. And it had to be done, and it had to be done right away.
And although the amount of money almost broke her bank account, she says she understands there's a bigger picture.
I personally wanted to do it the right way. I, of course, want a peace of mind and want my residents to be safe, just like most other facilities.
Now, for the facilities that were granted an extension for generators, they have until January 1st of next year to meet the requirements. And the agency also says that in a statement that they will continue to work with facilities individually to bring everyone into compliance. Reporting live in Sarasota, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.
Okay, Dwayne, thank you. The state's largest electric utility company, Florida Power and Light, wants to make sure that you don't end up in the dark this hurricane season. Hurricane Irma knocked out power for nearly 10 million homes across the state. This year, the company says it's made some changes to its website and mobile app to make it easier for customers that are reporting outages.
So during Irma, one of the things that we found is that our mobile application, as well as our FPL.com site, were not ready for the volumes that they were receiving during the storm. We've made a lot of improvements and investments in those applications so that they can be ready for those volumes during the next hurricane.
The company says Irma was the first time that the company experienced an extreme volume of customers on its website. Both the website and mobile app will now be able to handle more traffic than last hurricane season. Well, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. And Bob, certainly some hot temperatures today, and that humidity did not make it any easier.
And that's what happened after the hurricane. Obviously, temperatures still warm in September, and looks like it's like summer now, too. The heat index at 96 degrees. It was at 100 earlier today. 86, that's what it feels like. Whenever we get a west wind this time of year, it makes it feel very muggy outside, and that's what we're seeing right now. A few clouds around, the pressure 299.4. That's not all that high, and the humidity at 72%. We've had some big storms to the north of us today. That's associated with a weak frontal boundary, which is sagging southward now, and that front will be near our doorstep. It looks like by midday on Tuesday. We'll get a chance for some showers overnight as well. Moving in from the Gulf of Mexico, we have this west wind. Still a little troughiness around. With that in mind, a few showers overnight after midnight up until the early morning hours, not out of the question. But right now, things are pretty quiet out there, so no problems driving, and things look to be pretty good there. We had some big storms again firing up. You can see them every once in a while firing up along that frontal boundary, and it was heavy near Gainesville, now stretching over toward St. Augustine. Day planner for tomorrow, look for a slight chance for a few scattered showers. Otherwise, temperatures will warm into the mid-80s, but the dew point will stay high and the humidity will be up there as well. It'll make it feel more like 100 degrees in the afternoon. We'll look for a chance for scattered showers in the afternoon. That'll be mainly inland, though. With a west wind, we always see inland storms. That's what we're seeing today. But as I mentioned, a few coastal showers are possible right around sunrise. And then we have changes in our weather forecast. We'll talk about those changes coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Bob. We'll talk to you soon. Shooting victim investigation. We've read those words in our newscast dozens of times in the last month after an increase in shootings in North Sarasota. Law enforcement wants to get to the core of that issue. A local emergency response team wants to start with education, focusing on the next generation of leaders, asking parents to talk to their kids. The next step is to bring back block captains, nearly a decade after residents first started patrolling the streets. Community activists say officers need to take a unique approach.
The way that you police one community may not necessarily be the way that you police another community, because every community has different dynamics.
Well, the team says they are not opposed to the idea of assigning more law enforcement officers to patrol the Newtown area and also encourage them to develop relationships with neighbors. Tonight, a Sarasota man is behind bars after he fired multiple gunshots at a neighbor in his apartment complex. The victim reported the suspect, Charles Herr, fired 4 rounds at him while he was riding his bicycle on McKetchin Boulevard early Sunday morning. No one was injured. However, detectives found the 4 shotgun rounds as well as a shattered sliding glass door with bullets found inside the home and on the patio. Bullet holes were also discovered from both a shotgun and a second unknown firearm. Deputies say the victim and Herr do not know one another. Herr has been charged with 4 counts of aggravated assault with a weapon. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office is in Lakewood Ranch today searching for evidence possibly used in a recent crime. The dive team and crime scene units were searching a large pond in front of Stony Brook at Heritage Harbor. The Sheriff's Office says they could not release any other details. And American Airlines making it easier to fly from Sarasota to Texas. The airline will add a nonstop service between Dallas, Fort Worth Airport, and the Sarasota-Bradenton International Airport. Flights won't start until later this year, December 18th. Now, American already has year-round daily nonstop service between Sarasota and Charlotte, North Carolina, as well as Washington, D.C. Well, ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern joining us now, and I see you brought one of your favorite props.
I think maybe my favorite prop of all.
Okay.
The up arrow, I don't know if you recall, but last Friday was a long time ago. We had a terrific day last Friday thanks to the job report. And guess what? We had a terrific day today as well. The Dow Jones Industrial Average up from the get-go, up 150 points at the open, up 244 points at the high of the day. And that's not even the highlight. The highlight is the NASDAQ closing at a record high. And oh, by the way, that might have something to do with the fact that Apple closed at a record high, or at least traded there intraday, as did Amazon. So if Amazon trades at an all-time high and Apple trades at an all-time high, you guessed it, so does the NASDAQ. So let's take a look at the figures, and indeed they look very attractive. The Dow Jones Industrial Average for the day up by 178 points, more than 0.7%, at 24,813.69. That on heavy volume of 992 million shares. Drum rolls for the NASDAQ, first time over 7,600, up 52 points, 7,606.46, a gain of 0.7%, also on heavy volume of 2,121 million shares. And certainly the S&P joined the party, not by as much, up by not quite 0.5%, just over 12 points at 2,746.87. Well, if you've been paying attention, you've noticed lots of changes at McDonald's, certainly the changes on their menu above all. Well, the company had a huge change today. They are opening their new headquarters in downtown Chicago, leaving Oak Brook, Illinois, where they have been since the early 1970s. Hamburger University is moving downtown as well, so for those of you familiar with McDonald's, that's still part of their total package, if you will. Things like all-day breakfast have certainly helped them now. All beef, fresh beef, quarter pounders they're talking about. And each new restaurant, or restaurants as they remodel them, they're going to have 1,000 kiosks every new quarter for the next 2 to 3 years. So they're doing an awful lot of things right. And it's just, everything's working at McDonald's. Good for them.
Well, good for them. And I know Starbucks has been in the news a lot lately for multiple things, but some late news coming down from Wall Street for them.
big surprise today. Howard Schultz, who founded the company, chairman, announced today he's leaving on June 26th.
Wow.
Not something people had been expecting, I don't believe.
All right. Well, thank you, Richard. We'll see you tomorrow.
You're welcome.
Coming up, an update on a sinkhole incident that changed the way the public is notified about pollution spills across the state. And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with what the weather is looking like for the work week ahead. Plus, why a new study says women with a common breast cancer can safely skip chemo.
The ABC7 Stock Report is sponsored by Sunset Cadillac.
To be able to just get my son here and not think about how we will pay for it, it just takes so much weight off of my family. St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now, during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to a premium finish. Schedule your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or go to CaliforniaClosets.com. Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score. It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach. Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think, I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
If you're looking for a rewarding job you'll love, good news. The perfect job is just a click away. Go to mysuncoast.com/job of the day. It's that easy. Stop searching and go to mysuncoast.com/job of the day to find the perfect job for you.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours. There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now, during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to a premium finish. Schedule your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or go to CaliforniaClosets.com.
An update now into a sinkhole that opened nearly 2 years ago at a fertilizer manufacturing plant in Polk County. Today, Mosaic is allowing the public to tour the site and see the multi-million-dollar repairs. Mosaic spent $84 million to fix the problem at the plant in Mulberry, northeast of Tampa. Now, this is file video from when that sinkhole first opened. It caused over 200 million gallons of contaminated water to leak into Florida's main aquifer. The incident changed the way the public is notified about pollution spills across the state. Sarasota County is also reminding homeowners about their crackdown on certain fertilizers. Nitrogen and phosphorus fertilizer have been banned for several months a year since 2007. The goal is to protect water quality from tainted stormwater runoff. The fertilizer restricted season runs from June 1st to September 30th. Now, here are a few tips to make sure that you are following the rules of this restriction this summer. Make sure to look for summer safe products with a 00 as the first two numbers on the fertilizer label. Apply iron and magnesium to keep your lawns green. Keep your grass a little taller than usual. Buy plants adapted to Florida's hot and humid climate, and sweep or blow your grass clippings back into the yard. Certainly good idea to keep in mind if you're one of those people that have a green thumb.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah.
Well, man, it was hot today and this weekend, but it was nice though to be able to go out and go to the beach. A lot of people were not able to do that Memorial Day weekend.
Right. I shot the temperature basically for golf, so you had a chance to do that too. Mid-80s, yeah, it was warm. It felt like about 96 yesterday. It felt like 100 today. High humidity, high dew points. Yes, right. Here's what's going on right now with the Casey Key webcam showing beautiful beach weather out there today. That's the place to be because you got that west wind coming in and the water temperature still in the low 80s. So it keeps the temperatures at the beaches a little bit milder there, but inland areas, boy, it was a warm one today for cutting grass or doing anything outdoors. You can see some dry air. The leading edge now, this is associated with a weak frontal boundary. It's going to bring in some slightly drier air in the upper levels of the atmosphere. However, we're still going to have a chance for some showers because of this trough of low pressure that's with this. On top of that, a little onshore flow, just enough instability that causes for some overnight showers to pop up here and there. The rain chances aren't all that high, but we will see a few, I do believe, developing after midnight tonight. And then a better chance for rain comes over the Thursday, Friday period. Our rain chances will start to bump up a little bit as a result of a little bit more moisture coming back into play and a little bit more activity as far as the instability that goes in the atmosphere. So we'll get into those afternoon and evening variety of storms, it looks like, as we head into much of the rest of the work week. Now, as far as we're concerned, we are continuing to watch beautiful weather out there. And in fact, if we get a tower cam shot, I'll go ahead and fix the computer in the meantime. But for the time being, we are looking at beautiful weather, albeit very warm and muggy, and it looks as though we will see the potential for some showers and storms on Thursday and Friday. But all in all, it looks like things will stay relatively quiet throughout the day tomorrow. Well, here's the radar picture now. We'll move that along and we'll show you what's going on with the rain. The rain has been pretty heavy along the east coast and along central Florida. You can see some pretty big storms now near Daytona Beach and also heading off toward the east southeast at around 10 to 15 miles an hour. St. Augustine getting hammered with some big storms, lots of lightning there associated with a little weak frontal boundary. It's 86, but it feels like 96 if you factor in the high dew point temperature, which is at 76 degrees right now. And as far as the forecast goes, this is at 11:30 in the morning. You'll see a few showers around. Those morning showers associated with that weak cold front. Now, it's not going to cool us down all that much, but we will see inland storms in the afternoon and evening. The rain chances really pick up in the late afternoon, but that'll be inland storms due to that west wind out ahead of the actual front. And then again, here comes another little system, a little piece of energy rotating around it. So our rain chances will be increasing, especially on into Thursday and Friday. And even in the weekend now, it looks like we're going to see a better chance for some showers and storms around. So some scattered light showers are possible in the morning along the coast, and then we'll start to see those push inland later on in the afternoon. Temperatures will warm into the upper 80s, but it'll still feel warmer because of that west wind. And the overall satellite and radar picture showing a few showers associated with a weak system moving through the central plain states, and all in all, there's not a lot of watches and warnings going on right now. Temperatures really soaring out west now as the ridge of high pressure builds out west. 91 at Salt Lake City, 106 in Phoenix, and 65 though cooler in Chicago and Detroit. They were warm last week in the 90s. Now they're in the 60s and 70s. Big drop there. West wind for boaters tomorrow at 10 knots, and seas will be running 2 to 3 feet with a light to moderate chop at times. The 7-day forecast. A slight chance tomorrow, as I mentioned, overnight for us, and then inland storms in the afternoon. Wednesday, similar conditions anticipated. We start to bump up Thursday night. The rain chance is increasing, 50% chance for scattered storms Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll start to get into that afternoon and evening thunderstorm pattern fairly quickly, I think, over the weekend. Jacqueline?
Thank you, Bob. Now to your first alert traffic. Right now, US 41 in Bradenton is backed up near Bayshore Gardens Parkway. The northbound lanes are showing the most congestion and just some minor backups as you head south in that area. In health news tonight, women diagnosed with breast cancer may have more treatment options available to them. Reed Binion tells us why some breast cancer patients can safely skip chemotherapy.
For women diagnosed in the early stages of one of the most common forms of breast cancer, treatment may get a little easier. Genetic tests are enabling researchers to identify multiple types of breast cancer and tailor treatment plans. A recent study suggests some forms of the disease may not even require chemotherapy. The study applies to estrogen-sensitive women with early-stage tumors below 5 centimeters that have not spread to the lymph nodes. These women also have intermediate scores on a genomic test used to inform breast cancer treatment. Doctors had previously been unsure how to treat these patients. Many had been given chemotherapy protectively, but those side effects include weakened immune system, diarrhea, fatigue, hair loss, memory loss, bone loss, and heart and vision problems. In the trial, more than 6,700 patients were randomized into two groups. One received hormone therapy alone, and the other received hormone therapy with chemotherapy. Researchers found that more than 83% of the women using hormone therapy alone had not developed a recurrence or additional primary cancer. The rate for women who had also received chemotherapy was more than 84%, a statistically insignificant difference. The survival rate was similar. More than 93% of women from each group beat the cancer. Scientists urge caution in interpreting the trial's results. Tumors tend to be more aggressive in premenopausal women. They should discuss all treatment options with their oncologist. For today's Health Minute, I'm Reed Binion.
Well, it's hard to escape the 24-hour news feed thanks to our smartphones and social media, but it turns out consuming too much bad news can be bad for your health. Repeated stressful exposure without enough time to recover can actually wear out the mind and body. A psychotherapist specializing in trauma recovery says this type of chronic stress can cause headaches, poor sleep, anxiety, and depression. An overload of traumatic news can also lead to disaster fatigue, making us less concerned and more apathetic to a crisis. Coming up, rescue crews are trying to reach victims affected by a massive volcanic eruption in Guatemala. And a Bradenton couple catches a surprise visitor on their surveillance video. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now, during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to a premium finish. Schedule your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or go to CaliforniaClosets.com.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Lots of sun, absolutely no fun.
Yeah, we towed it all the way up there for nothing.
Our weekend was dead in the water.
Sure, we could still sit on it, but what fun is that?
Dead boat batteries sinking your spirits? Right now, you can save $10 on Duracell Ultramarine batteries at Batteries Plus bulbs.
We should have named it the SS Going Nowhere.
Visit batteriesplus.com for a store near you.
If you think it's hot outside, just wait until you see even hotter savings inside. Only at Rugs As Art Hot Summer Savings Sale event will you find the lowest prices on a vast selection of stunning rugs, furniture accents, and accessories. This special event only happens once a year, so hurry in before the best selections are gone. The Hot Summer Savings event ends soon, so don't miss out on the best prices ever. Rugs As Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now, during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to a premium finish. Schedule your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or go to CaliforniaClosets.com.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on MySuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to MySuncoast.com/dining.
There are scenes of utter devastation near Guatemala's capital after the Fuego volcano rained ash and lava over communities nearby. At least 25 people are dead. Nearly 2 million have been affected. The eruptions lasted nearly 17 hours on Sunday. They have stopped for now, but authorities are warning those in the area that more eruptions are possible. Evacuations and rescue efforts are still underway. More than 3,000 people have been forced from their homes.
2, 1, 0, ignition.
Well, another new mission for SpaceX. Elon Musk's company launched the SES-12 satellite from Cape Canaveral just after midnight. That satellite was on a Falcon 9 rocket, but separated about a half hour after launch. SpaceX says the satellite will allow telephone companies, mobile network operators, and internet service providers to deliver more reliable cellular service and faster broadband service as well. A Bradenton couple had a surprise visitor over the weekend who also rearranged their furniture. Take a look. The couple said they woke up Sunday morning at their home on Mill Run Road to find all of their patio furniture moved around. They checked their home security camera footage and saw a 5 to 6 foot long gator messing with their lawn furniture around 1:30 this morning. The couple said they've seen gators in nearby ponds, but they've never seen one next to their home. And a cockatoo was caught getting up close and personal at a security camera on a highway in Australia. The curious bird is seen going in and out of the frame, inspecting the camera from different angles. It's still unknown what caught the bird's eye, but Queensland Transport is assessing what can be done to ensure the camera is kept clear to allow workers to complete their traffic control duties. Coming up, Manatee County Schools Superintendent is preparing for her new position, what she feels is the biggest struggle the district will face when she leaves. Plus, Florida is tightening its gun laws, but only for when you buy a gun from a store. What about person-to-person sales? We'll have those stories straight ahead.
Our nurse, Jennifer, all we did is pick up the phone if I was having a bad day, and the next thing we know, she was here at the door. I can't believe that I would have received any greater care anywhere. From that moment on, everything changed dramatically, and I don't know what we would have done without that.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and in just minutes, voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398. Or visit SoClean.com today.
They are the greatest fighting force the world has ever seen. But what does it take to bridge the distance and keep them connected to family, home, and country? What does it take to strengthen our service members so they can be the greatest force for good in the world? It takes a force. Be a force behind the forces. Give today at force.uso.org.